this afternoon we are meeting the Christian Aid Zimbabwe staff together with all our partners that we work with in our program. So if we're around 14 partners here, and one of them is actually virtually connected all the way from Victoria Falls. Sorry about that. So back to you, Solomon, to introduce yourself. Thank you.
All right. Thank you very much. Can somebody confirm me? Can hear me loud?
Yes, we can hear you.
All right, that's fine. So my name is Simon Solomon. I'm the Regional Safeguarding Coordinator for African Division, and I'm based here in Nigeria. That's the mighty Nigeria. Yeah.
No, you have to put your video on.
It might be network. Oh, it's unfortunate you can't see the man from the mighty Nigeria.
Sorry.
Okay. So good afternoon once again. That's just on a lighter note. I will be taking us through safeguarding and accountability. I know Richard made some contributions around safeguarding in the course of his presentation. So I won't be using slide. I just want to project and show us how far we've been doing, how good we are doing on safeguarding and accountability, and as well show us some of the gray areas we need to look at and how we can work on them as soon as possible. But before we start talking about that, I just want to let us know why the organization feels safeguarding is very important and why we need to actually adhere to this policy. Yes, we all know that safeguarding is actually putting in systems and structure to make sure that in the course of our work, we do no harm and we do not subject people to any form of abuse or exploitation as the case may be. And for the organization, we have actually categorized those forms of abuse into 5 categories. We have physical abuse, emotional abuse, we have sexual exploitation, and we also have harassment as well as neglect. So maybe I would just want to share a little light around these 5 categories of abuse so that for the benefit of our partners, I know the likes of Giant as well as Lindiwe, they must have been taking you guys through safeguarding trainings, mentorship, and the rest. But let me just discuss around these 5 categories of abuse before I continue with the dashboard. Yes, for physical abuse, what the organization have said is that physical abuse involves anything that you would do in the course of your work that will cause physical pain or injury, maybe beating somebody, hitting somebody, you know. Those are things that the organization have classified as a physical abuse. So anything that causes physical pain or injury on somebody. That means in the course of you implementing or doing your work, you don't need to do anything that will cause pain or injury on somebody, either a fellow staff, beneficiaries, community members, vendors, contractors, as the case may be. The organization says the zero tolerance when something like this happens. We have also classified another one as emotional abuse. And for emotional abuse, the organization have said emotional abuse means any humiliating and degrading treatment that you would do to your fellow staff or partners or beneficiaries, vendors, or anybody that you come in contact with in the course of your job. Now, A simple example can be shouting. We might look at shouting as mere just a normal thing, but shouting constitutes emotional abuse. Insult as well form part of emotional abuse. Name calling, discrimination, they are all part of emotional abuse, and it would be good to also emphasize that safeguarding always comes as a result of power imbalance. And most of the times when you see things like this happening, you see that the person perpetrating this act might either be physically stronger than the person that he or she is being abused, or by virtue of the portfolio in the organization or the office that person is holding, or the position during that particular activity. That might be the reason for that power imbalance. And as well, people tend to use it against the vulnerable populace and perpetrate one or two or even more form of abuse. We also have sexual abuse and exploitation, which means you using your position of trust to gain sexual benefits. Yes, the organization have given you as a safeguarding coordinator for Africa, and then you are going to support activity in the community because you are the safeguarding coordinator. You begin to use that position to ask people to come and see you in your hotel room. You begin to ask people if they did not come, you will remove their name from the beneficiary list, or you will include their name if they come to see you, and the rest, blah blah blah. That is sexual exploitation. You're using your position of trust. We also have harassment when you use languages that somebody, the opposite sex, or even your fellow male or female feel he or she is not comfortable when you or you touch somebody inappropriately. Use languages, or you use text messages, email, or whatsoever that have to do with sexual languages that person is not feeling comfortable with. It is referred to as sexual harassment. And then neglect, when you refuse to give people what they really deserve because of your personal interests. It's actually neglect. Sometimes even denying people their leave, annual leave and the rest, because of one or two reasons, because you're very powerful. It's boiled down to neglect. So those are just some of the basis as to why we are putting in these systems and structures in place to make sure that we did not go contrary to the policy, and we did not put anybody in a way that he or she will be abused, as we have seen in the 5 categories of abuse I just mentioned, just a summary of it. Now the organization are putting a lot of structures just to make sure that we comply to it. Some as a result of our audits during the core humanitarian standard audit, which was done early this year. Some might be as a result of our commitment to the child, some as beneficiaries and other people that work with us. As well, we also need to look at the accountability part. We need to be accountable to the people we work for, our donors, our beneficiaries, and even our staffs. And those are the reasons for the accounting, safeguarding, and accountability. Now, I will take us down how far we have been doing in regard to these concerns that I have raised. Yes, as Zimbabwe country program, I will say we are not doing bad. Yes, I would say we are really doing good for the fact that we have a leadership that takes safeguarding very serious. That means we have a very good working environment for safeguarding to strive in Zimbabwe country program. Now, if you look at from the dashboard, what we have put in place as a structure to mitigate, we say we want to have a focal point in each of the country programs, so that those focal points will be creating more awareness, even though we have said safeguarding is everybody's business. But the focal point takes it a step ahead. And for Zimbabwe country program, we have Giant as one of the country focal points, and we have Lindui as the second focal point, which means we have done well in this regard. We also have another structure in country we try to put is to make sure that all staffs are trained either through face-to-face training or online training, and this has been done for all the country program staffs in Zimbabwe, which means we have done well in this regard as well. We have also made commitment to the Charity Commission that we are going to do context mapping in locations where we work. We are going to know in country, we are going to see what and what we have that promotes safeguarding, either culturally, either legally, institutionally, and the rest. And these are things that each country must have. And yes, Zimbabwe is one of the countries that already have this context mapping, even though, like I said, it is subject to review regularly, so it should be like a working document. Should we have anything to update in that document, we should try to make sure that that document come alive and is also updated and reviewed. One part that I want us to see that we are not really doing well is actually the organization man's objective, and as far as country program, this is something that Zimbabwe have not achieved. I'm not sure if we have discussed this with staffs to make sure that staffs sees this thing as something that it's everybody, and one or two things around safeguarding, and that's the reason for this this part of the structures we are putting in place. So for in country, we have not done this. I know quite a number of people have done it. Quite a number of countries rather have done this. But for us as Zimbabwe, we are still maybe we are still thinking of how to go about it. But yes, maybe the next quarter we can look at how we can achieve this, because it's easy for us to and be achieved in country. Yes, the face-to-face, yes, whenever we have staffs, new staff onboarding, we do them, we do face-to-face training for them. It might be induction. Sometimes, yes, we organize face-to-face training. This means we are doing well in this regard. And yes, we said we have budget line for safeguarding. That means if we are doing proposal and budget for projects, we factor in safeguarding. That means we are taking safeguarding serious. Another thing that we have said we are trying to do that we have not done is actually program staff not actually agreed on their role in safeguarding. Yes, a lot of program staff support partners, but they have not known what they need to support partners in regard to safeguarding, how they need to follow up, how they need to build their capacity to also support partners, build their capacities and the rest. So this is something I want the country program to look at and see how this can be achieved, even though I know we have already started training with some program staffs, and we are in the verge of making them agree to some of these responsibilities already, making sure that they take responsibility of things like the project risk assessments, supporting partners to review and update their policies and the rest. These things are not cast on stone, yes. Even if you don't have the capacity, you can work with what's his name? Giant. You can work into Lindue, and myself, I will be available to provide support. So let's look at how best we can do this so that we can achieve that as well. I know we have a very friendly environment as per the management, so we can also achieve this. So this is for the country program. I did not involve partners in this. It means that we are doing well, but we can do better. Then if you go to the partners policy, because one of our key mandates as per the core humanitarian standard is to actually strengthen partners' capacity and support them to build systems and structures. We have also looked at how we keep promoting how help them put systems and structural policies in place so that they can actually stand on their own. So in the area of safeguarding policy, it shows that about 15 of our partners have a very solid safeguarding policy in place, and just one of our partner that he or she need to review that. After this, Giant can follow up with the partner concerned, and then see how we can provide our support. We are 100% ready to provide technical support within the eyes. And then for our code of conduct from partners angle, 15 partners have good code of conduct, and one need to review. I'm sure it's the same partner that we're talking about the safeguarding policy as well. We also have 15 of our partners that have a fully reversed and encompassing policy in place. Just one partner that the partner policy is not really fully reversed. We also have one partner that the code of conduct is not really fully reversed. Giant and Lindue will be coming back to this partner. We have at the end of November to get 100% compliance on all this. That means we just have less than 2 weeks to get the things done. It is achievable. It's just for us to make commitment and show commitment to what we have actually agreed on. For our quality assurance, what we do is there's this quality assurance checklist that we use to know if the policy is of standard or it needs review. And it shows that 15 have been checked. Just one have not been checked. One of the partners have not been checked against the quality assurance checklist. Same to the code of conduct. To one partner have not been checked using the quality assurance checklist. So that I want to discuss that Giant and Lindue should work with this partner. I will be 100% available to provide support should the need arise so that we can get this achieved. Then just to show us the progress level of our partners, how they have been committed and their compliance level. Yes, if you see for training of staff around code of conduct and this, it shows that all the staffs have been trained. They know their code of conduct and they have signed the code of conduct. because what this means is that apart from training, staffs also understand and they know the code of conduct. They've seen the code of conduct. They have also signed, and is in their staff file that they have signed the code of conduct. Yes, one thing again that as from partner level that we've not been doing well, that I want to raise is the issue of there's this part of the code of conduct that we have requested that with sometimes some of the extent. So yes, once it is read out to them, they understand, say no, they don't understand that comply to this. We only have 5. I don't know, is there any reason for not doing this? So I